real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Michael Boyle was best friends with the defendant's son, who's with her in court today, and the defendant was like a second mom to him. Michael claims the defendant was the cool mom who always turned a blind eye to their bad behavior, but he's suing her today for the balance due on a loan. Defendant Patricia Taylor admits that Michael was best friends with her son until Michael had an affair with her son's girlfriend. Patricia insists the money from the plaintiff was a gift, and therefore she doesn't owe him anything.
Tell me what happened.
I met the Taylors back in 2000. Shane and I were best friends growing up all the way through high school. We would spend the night at each other's houses. We would always hang out, be playing together. Patsy became almost a second mom to me. I was always over there talking with her and asking her for advice, and if I had problems with the family or school or something, she was there as a confidant. When I was 16, we went on a camping trip, and she was allowing us to drink. She was the cool mom, the turn the other way when we would do something that wasn't quite right. She would turn a blind eye.
Oh, no.
We even vacationed on a cruise ship in Belize where Shane was actually got caught for purchasing weed. It was a setup by the cruise ship.
Do you know any other parents that do that, that allow their children or minor friends to drink?
I know a few, yes.
Okay. Just wondering, because this is becoming typical with a lot of parents, knowing that their child is going to do it because they know their children and perhaps they've caught their child in the past doing it. They make a safe environment. I don't know whether I would agree with that or not. I didn't do it and wouldn't necessarily advise it because it's illegal. That's the first reason I wouldn't do it. All right, let me hear from you, ma'am, and then we'll get to the loan you're suing her about.
You know, I'd like to just kind of give you a little bit of background. I think a lot of the reason why we're here is because of my son, Shane. Michael had an affair with Shane's girlfriend, and I think I will let Shane speak to you about that.
Shane.
So high school kids have affairs now?
Yeah, and the parents facilitate that, too. State your name.
Shane Taylor.
What do you want to tell me?
It all started out one night we were hanging out at this house, me and my ex-girlfriend, and then when we got home, she received a text message of him asking if she got home okay.
Didn't text his buddy?
Nope.
Didn't care about you getting there all right?
No, sir.
And so what was your response?
Text him back, tell him he got home okay. And she did, and then the next text, she asked what he was also doing, and he's like, I just got out of the shower, I wish you were here. And as soon as I saw that text, I was like, well, that's not okay. And we started arguing a little bit. And I was like, text him back one more time. And I told her to tell him or ask him, what about Shane? And after that, didn't receive another text. The next day, I confronted him about it, and we talked about it. And I was in tears talking. And he said he would never do it again. He felt sorry. He was a horrible friend. And we were cool. But then from then on, like every other day, like I would see texts from him saying, hey, how you doing? I miss you. And we took like a little break after we went on the cruise. And from what I hear, they got together and stuff. And
do you know any other parents that do that, that allow their children or minor friends to drink?
I know a few, yes.
Okay. I didn't do it and wouldn't necessarily advise it because it's illegal. That's the first reason I wouldn't do it.
Plaintiff Michael Boyle is suing his former friend's mother, who claims Michael had an affair with her son's girlfriend.
You want to respond to that very quickly,
Absolutely.
and then we're going to go back to her and let her complete her background statements. But he says pretty much you're smiling in his face all the time, trying to take his place. You're a backstabber. That's what he said. That's what he said. Go ahead, you tell me.
That was not the story at all.
Tell me about.
We would hang out.
Now tell me about this specific incident. Did it occur?
No.
Okay, so he says it didn't occur. It never occurred. You made it up. All right, so let me hear from you.
You know, when he was growing up, and yes, he did, he called me mama, you know, and I felt like his mother, okay? We did go up camping. Well, I took him up camping with us. And they did get drunk that night on Sex on the Beach. It was in a big old gallon jug. I brought it up for the adults. A friend of mine was up there with us, and he started calling her Kiki. That wasn't her name, but by the end of the trip, her name was Kiki. And there was another time that the boys decided that they wanted to try mushrooms. Yeah, bad boys, but they
How'd
did.
you know about that?
Because they brought them home.
Did they tell you?
When he got home, he did. Shane did.
He
tell
said,
me.
hey, Mom, I got some mushrooms.
Yeah, no, he said, oh, well, they ended up taking Michael to the hospital. His parents did.
Okay, so it was really mentioning it to you
Yes.
to explain why
Michael was in the
his friend had-
hospital.
All right, good
Yes.
enough. Let's get to the loan you're suing her for. How does she owe you?
Okay. In April 2008, Patsy had come to me and asked if I could loan her some money to keep her house out of foreclosure. As she mentioned, she was like a mother figure to
How
me.
much did you loan her?
I loaned her $1,300.
When was she to repay it?
There was never a set date.
Did she pay anything? Let's start there.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, when?
She had made minor payments over the next couple of months. It was
Okay.
$20 here, $50
You know what that
here.
added up to?
It added up to $325.
All right, and then when you asked for the balance, what was she saying? What would she tell you?
I had asked her over the phone if I could start to be repaid some more, and she said, I can't do it. I don't have the money.
And that was when?
The money was given to her in 2008. I asked for the remainder of the balance to be paid in 2012.
Why didn't you ask her between 08 and 12?
I was giving her the benefit of the doubt that she was...
Were you speaking with her?
No.
Why
Yes, he
not?
was.
After the cruise, Shane and I had a falling out.
Right.
And in return,
All right, so
my
that's why
relation-
you didn't speak to her. Ma'am,
I don't think it was a loan. We always thought of it
when you
as
say
a gift.
think, it's either you know or you don't.
As far as my husband and I knew, it was a gift, not
As
a loan.
far as you knew.
I mean, I never signed any
Your Honor,
loan papers
I
or
didn't
anything.
ask you if you signed anything.
You know?
You sound just like a person who is guilty.
Well, let me. Well,
You sound
well, let me
just
tell you
like you
something.
say, as far as I know, we think, and I never signed papers. If you didn't do it, you say no.
No.
Never borrowed a dime. So let me ask you, was it a loan and what was the agreement?
He gave us some money to help us get out of debt. I mean, this is 4 years later that he's asking for the money back, and,
Okay.
and I don't understand.
Why did you give him
because-
$325 if it wasn't a loan?
Because I felt bad, because I thought
Felt
it was
bad
just
about
a
what?
gift. I mean, because he gave us some money. I felt bad for taking the money.
Okay, so why did you only give him $325? Did that make you feel better?
Not much.
He doesn't feel much better. So how much do you need to feel better?
The amount is
$975 is what he's suing for. Not only will he feel better, he'll feel real good.
I felt bad for taking the money.
Okay, so why did you only give him $325? Did that make you feel better?
Not much.
He doesn't feel much better.
Plaintiff Michael Boyle is suing his former friend's mother, who claims Michael had an affair with her son's girlfriend.
You have anything, evidence? I see
Yes,
you
Your
have a
Honor.
recorder there.
I do have a recording of a conversation we had of her saying...
Let's hear it.
Okay, so I don't even know really how to bring all this up, but back in 2008, I had loaned you guys some money for the house to be kept out of foreclosure and everything.
Right.
I was hoping I could start getting repaid a little bit for it. I can't make ends meet right now. I'm just hoping maybe you guys could help me out.
I can't do anything right now, boss.
Okay.
We're about ready to lose the house.
Right.
Actually, we're thinking about up and leaving.
Oh, really? Okay.
If I could, Boyle, I would.
I know you would.
You just told the man that if you could repay him, you would. I'm going to grant him his judgment. $975. Have a good day.
There's no friendship.
Yeah, I'm done now. I can't believe he did this to me. He's hurt me so bad. And my husband.
Yeah, that's fine with me as well. I wish it didn't turn out the way it did. I wish we could have resolved this another way, but I'm glad the ruling went the way it did because it's fair.